want to start with you, Agnes?
Sure. Look in there.
Yep.
The delay. Hi, this is Agnes, and I'm co-founder of Intentional Insights. Welcome to our first ever open portion of a board meeting, and we're glad you can be online. And I'm going to be just taking notes over to the side because I'm also the secretary. So I'm moving over now.
I'm Gleb Sikorsky, one of the other co-founders of Intentional Insights. I'm the president of Intentional Insights, and I'm happy that you all can make it to the first of our.
Hi, I'm Serena Gilliland. I'm not a co-founder at all. I'm just a regular board member. Been with InIn for about a year now. And
Hi, not even a regular board member. I'm also here.
But Chase is very special because he flew in from Durham, North Carolina for the weekend to help us table at the SSA Secular Student Alliance Conference. So he is a volunteer and a generous supporter, and he's actually physically here with us, and we're very excited. He just got off the flight. And then finally we have our mascot, InIn. InI's here. Everyone's here.
All right. So, and Peter, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm Peter Livingstone. I'm InIn. Let's see, I just lost some of my feed, but if you guys can still hear me, I'm a supporter and volunteer for InIn.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Is anyone else there on the call? There was one other person earlier.
Hold on. Okay.
What happened? You still have the sound?
I think I still have the sound. Peter, can you hear us?
Yes, I can still hear you.
Okay, great. Okay, cool. So let's go on to the board meeting time. Okay.
Sure. So we had a portion of the board meeting just now that was more internal and operations matters, and now we have our external reports. And it's, again, something we're trying for the first time. And so we're going to start with the engagement report and go down from there. So first we want to talk about the Intentional Insights Insiders and what's been going on, which includes our Facebook group, our Trello, and also the email updates that Gleb sends every couple of weeks. So Gleb, do you want to share about that?
Yep. So sent around an email update about a week ago, sharing about the challenging financial situation in Intentional Insights and how we decided, in spite of this challenging financial situation, to invest more resources, money and time into improving our website and other marketing materials. And so that was a decision made based on the recommendation of the Intentional Insights Insiders Retreat. And we decided to do it with the hope that some Intentional Insights Insiders will help us and help fund it. And a couple of folks have indeed come forward to increase their pledges, increase their donations, and also volunteer some time, so to help us do various things. And also we're forming an internal team dedicated to improving our non-donation financial revenue, which we'll talk about in a bit. But that was the result of the email that I sent, and that was great. So we're very happy that with your support is showing up that you want to stand up and be counted when it matters. So thank you very much. So that's the group, that's the email. Now Facebook is going well. We have, I think, something like 280-ish people who are in the Facebook group, and the Facebook group is quite active. People are sharing, people are engaging with it, giving us advice, giving advice to the organization. We're all volunteers and helping make it better. So excited about that. And finally, for the The participants who want to be especially active, there is a Trello for intentional insights insiders, who, again, participants who are especially active and who are quite engaged in the organization. And that is going well. People are engaging with it. Those are for people who want to coordinate projects, who want to get involved at a deeper level in the organization. And so that, I think, has about, how many people? Maybe 10 who are active?
I think between 15 and 20.
Yeah, and people who are regularly active, maybe around 10.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the situation with that. And I invite any questions that anyone has about any of those.
Bueno, we're all good.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, great. Next, we want to talk about our website activity. And as Gleb mentioned, we are, it's hard for me to be seen. We are starting to work on revamping our website, and so, but now we're going to first talk about our current website and about. A couple of days ago, Gleb gave me a number that the number of visits for the previous month was 13,305, and so that's something we want to share.
And just in context, this is a number that has been rising slowly over time. We started out the website with obviously no visitors, and that's been, that's slowly risen over time to its current status of around 13,000 over the last 2 months since we had the website. Over the last 2 years since we had the website. We have an average visitor rate of around 10,000 a month. I think we had 13,000 because we published some prominent blogs in some prominent venues, so we had more visitors checking us out. So that's kind of good news. But our regular visitor baseline is around 10,000.
Excuse me, Gleb?
Yeah.
Could I ask, are those 10,000, or say in this case 13,000, separate individuals, or what number does that represent?
It represents a number of sessions. I think we have this month had something like 11,000 individual users, just over 11,000. So of those 13,000 sessions, some people returned again.
Yeah, that's actually really good. That means we have like 2,000 people that have visited the website at least twice
Yes.
a month.
Mm-hmm.
So are much better than just one-offs.
Mm-hmm.
And also 11,000 people, that's like a lot of people.
Yes.
And to deal with scope neglect bias, like how many people is 10,000 people?
It's a huge number.
Like how many people in your high school, Chase? Is that even like, that's like how many? 600. In my high school, there was maybe 3,000 students or 3,500. So there's a lot of people.
That's a lot. Yes, we're reaching more people in 3 your-sized high schools and like more than 15 Chase-sized high schools.
I hope they're smarter than the people who are in my high school. I hope they're smart as they are in Chase's high school.
We're hoping to make them
We're hoping
smart.
to make them smarter.
Yes.
Because you go to a special math and science school, so yeah.
They're only 2 grade levels, so it's
Oh, okay. Oh, really?
It's
only 11 and 12.
Oh, okay. Really smart. Okay. So this is for the current state of the website.
Mhm.
As far as what we're improving on, we're currently looking at options to set up a website in WordPress. And we have been receiving feedback from multiple supporters over the past several months about different features that are believed to be lacking or opportunities for improvement. So we will be reviewing those and also soliciting feedback from those who haven't had a chance to share what they think, so that as we move forward and as we hopefully have an opportunity to implement the new WordPress site, it can be a lot better and a lot more modern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, does that cover it?
Yep. I see that there are 2 viewers. So for folks who are currently viewers, if you would like to join the phone call as Peter joined it, you can go to the Intentional Insights Insiders Facebook group, and the latest post there will allow you to actually join the call as Peter is currently doing. Or you can keep watching it on YouTube as you currently are. Okay, so questions about the website? All right, and remember, you can always Facebook message me questions to my Facebook, and I'm keeping track of it. All right.
Okay. Next is social media and our presence on social media. We have a number of social media platforms that we're active in for folks, and this is Agnes talking. Some people just joined. I'm way over here, but hey, but I'm taking notes so you can see me. For folks who land on our homepage, there are 5 social media buttons, but in fact we're active on about between 12 and 15 different social media platforms, which include, of course, we have Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest are our main ones. We also have Stumble Upon, Google+, Instagram, and Tumblr, where we're growing our audience. LinkedIn, Instagram, Tumblr, Google+, Stumble Upon, and maybe even other things that are not here in my notes. And so, Gleb, do you have the numbers? You had wanted to share some numbers? Or no?
Sure. The Twitter for Intentional Insights has over 11,000 people right now, which, which is pretty large, considering, we started with none. And yeah, followers. My Twitter, I have also a personal Twitter account, which is, does Intentional Insights themed Twitter, and we have that has over 10,000 followers. We have, I think, on our Facebook for Intentional Insights has over 5,000 people, and my personal Facebook page has over 4,000 people.
Over how many?
4,000. Our Pinterest has nearly 5,000, like over 4,500. And yes, so all of those are the salient numbers that I can share right now. All of those are managed by folks like who are our social media contractors, who are volunteers and paid to do social media contracting. So they are willing to work for. They basically volunteer about 2/3 of their time for Intentional Insights because they're passionate about the mission. And in fact, one of our contractors, after reading the email I sent around a few days ago about the state of Intentional Insights, decided to donate $50 a month to the organization, decreasing his salary by $15. So showing his passion and commitment to the cause. So that's the kind of stuff that's going on social media.
Is there anything that we want to point out that we're working on next for
Sure.
social media?
Yes, so 2 things. One is that we are working on creating meme-style images for social media. And that's a project that we're starting to do. So creating meme-style images that would be, those have been shown by research on this topic to be especially shareable and engaging. So we'll have things like Well-Being Wednesday, or Wellness Wednesday, and ask people like, how are you taking care of yourself, your mental health, your physical health this day? So Wellness Wednesday is a hashtag, a prominent hashtag, so people would be familiar with it and we can get new followers that way. So that's an example of the kind of questions that we would ask people. Another aspect of this project is that Agnes is taking over the social media. Yeah.
What's a good face? My face not on camera. I am. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember now.
She's taking over social media after we finish doing the SSA conference. So she will have some. So she'll be doing the social media report next time that we're here, and she's making really funny faces of the kind that we'll do on, of the kind that we'll have on our memes.
Next month already?
That's what you signed up for.
I forgot. I'm just trying to demonstrate to our supporters that there's like earned income in funny faces and see what they think. Maybe since Peter's putting together earned income.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But
How funny do the faces have to be to do like a GIF or something? Because Gleb just needs to tell me something I signed up for that I forgot, and like.
yes. You signed up for the GIFs. So anyway, so that's what's coming up on social media, and any questions about that from anyone?
That face scared people. They're done.
Most of. All right. Agnes's favorite topic, newsletter.
So the newsletter, so Intentional Insights has a newsletter, and our goal is to do a monthly newsletter. We have something like 1,800 people on our list, or 1,700. We do it through a platform called reachmail.com. The reason it's not my very favorite topic is because it's my project, and we have not done a newsletter in quite several months. The last one was in December, so that's really unfortunate, and I do take responsibility for this delay. And it's just been a range of things that have been coming between my health and between different other projects and just trying to prioritize tasks. It's just been not at the forefront of things. And that's just kind of one example why it's so difficult to be an all-volunteer organization. So if something comes up or something happens or there's no time and there are too many things to do, and especially to get a newsletter out, so many things need to happen. And I just was looking at my notes yesterday. We had at least 2 attempts where I put together what the newsletter should have, and it was never sent out. So a lot of work was put in, but it never went in. And so right now what I'm working on with a few of the contractors that Gleb mentioned for them to do part of the work. And I was really close to sending out a newsletter, but then the stakeholder meeting, and now we were tabling at a conference just 2 weeks ago. So now my goal is to, we're getting a lot of people signed up at our table. At UU conference, we got, it seems like at least 30, 40, like dozens of people signed up. And so now we're going to have the Secular Student Alliance Conference starting tomorrow through Sunday. So then our goal is to get all those people added to the list and then send something out. And so especially with this new focus on fundraising, we want to be sending at least once a month, ideally more often, and also sending more emails to solicit for funding, maybe every other time, maybe every couple weeks. And so that's the goal. And another challenge is, for example, to input all these names. So we have many pages of handwritten names and emails, and someone needs to type that in. So I did go on Facebook and see if anyone wants to do that, and that is not. So that's like another obstacle. And I have many of our contractors work in other countries, so English is not their first language. In the past, I've had a really difficult time delegating this to people, to the point where it's kind of, I would rather have someone whose English is their first language. They'd have an easier time interpreting handwriting. So this is just to mention as an example of the kind of how difficult it is to look as professional as we feel and as we want to be. And these are the obstacles that I feel they're definitely surmountable, but I'm just a little frustrated at how hard it is to send a newsletter. Like if I'm with an organization and they take months without a newsletter, I'm frustrated. I don't think they have their stuff together. And I know how to have stuff together because I've been doing professionally for over 10 years, but it's just really difficult to keep all the balls in the air. So that's just the report and that's kind of a bit of the side that, we don't post about on Facebook and on Trello, but all you fine folks who are participating in this board meeting, this is the kind of stuff that we talked about. So I welcome any questions. And do we have a new guest?
Kevin, do you want to introduce yourself there before?
Sure. I'll mention my name, location, and occupation, and how I'm related to you guys. All right, Kevin Shea, located Long Island Green Dome on Long Island. I was connected to you through the effective altruism for Long Island and Nicaragua group. You invited me to the insights. I also follow you on Facebook. Thank you.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So any questions about the newsletter situation or any comments?
All right. Let's go to marketing. Right. So we have one of the volunteers who has come forward as a result of the email we sent out to the internal supporters list, the InIn insiders list, has offered to help update our brand and logo and help improve our copywriting for the, so improve our not the trade,
Logo.
improve the tagline.
Tagline.
Yes. So she suggested that the color yellow, for example, doesn't work very well on websites. So she suggested changing that to an orange color and various other things like that, changing some of the fonts. So that's something that we are talking to her about and that we'll be working on over the next several weeks, and we'll be posting more in an insiders group about that. Is there anything else that you think should be added?
No.
Okay. Oh, and we posted about this in an insiders group. She asked us for several ideas for what kind of qualities we describe to intentional insights as like the free adjectives, and we suggested the words insightful, fun, and credible as the three words, and we can talk about that if those represent what we want to represent, because we want to convey that people can engage in a fun way with information that helps them gain insights and that they can trust. So those are the reasons we came up with those three. But we can chat about whether those are the best three adjectives to describe intentional insights. So, questions about that? Comments?
I just like the word fun.
Oh.
I know.
But you're so fun.
Fun and credible generally don't go hand in hand, and I feel like maybe there's a better
You
word.
speak a lot louder.
Oh, and maybe there's a better word besides fun, like exciting or engaging or something that isn't fun.
That is fun, but it's not spelled F-U-N.
Yes. Some synonym of fun that sounds a little more professional, maybe.
We said credible, fun, and what's the third word?
Insightful. Okay.
I don't like credible.
You don't like credible?
If I was to listen to something, I wouldn't want to say it's credible. I mean, even a person who's selling me a snake oil is credible.
Oh.
Okay.
I hear you.
So, saying Neil Tyson deGrasse, I'm sure he would question that as well. It would have to be something that is either evidence-based or something you would see from the back end. Something that says it's fallible or something that you can actually say is true.
Okay. So, okay, I hear that. So does the term evidence-based work better?
I love evidence-based.
Yes.
All right.
Evidence-based or factual.
Evidence-based, I think, is better than factual. Evidence that conveys more about what we do. Okay, so evidence-based, then insightful seems to work well. Let's work with fun.
How about engaging or exciting?
Okay. I can
What do you
look up synonyms if you want. They'll still both seem fine to me.
Huh?
Seem fine to me. I'm soft spoken now. Long day. both of them sound fine. Engaging sounds good. Sounds to me Star Trek.
Sounds what?
Star Trekky?
Did you say it sounds? Did you say engaging sounds Star Trekky?
Yes, I did. Like in Captain Picard.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's not a bad thing.
Engaging. Right, so we
Engaging.
have 2 votes for engaging.
Engaging sounds good. Okay. I'm
Instead of exciting.
instead of fun. Yeah.
Said you're not a board member, you don't count.
It's okay. You can express your opinion, but board members have votes. But like it's informal kind of
Yeah, we're not
votes.
voting right now. We're just trying to get ideas.
Yeah, and what people like, what people sounds good. But I think it seems that engaging works better than fun, and works better than exciting. Let's go with engaging.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
Evidence-based instead of credible.
Yes.
And we're going to, and insightful, sounds okay?
Yeah. Insightful stays. Great. Thank you very much, all. Much appreciated.
Excellent.
I'd like to
Hmm?
I'd like to participate.
Good. Thank you for participating.
I give you 1 participation point.
You participated twice.
I give you 2 participation points.
Cool.
Points.
Okay. Next, tabling events. So we just tabled at the UUA General Assembly, the Unitarian Universalist General Assembly, and that had a couple of thousand people coming here to Columbus.
35, about 3,700 attendance total.
3,700 attendance total, and we had a large kind of, we did well with our table. We actually ran out of some materials at it, and should have printed more. I think I wrote about that in the email. Yeah. So we had a whole bunch of people sign up to. We were doing a giving game. A whole bunch of people signed up to the email list, and I think over 70 people participated in the giving game.
Would you like to explain what the giving game is?
Sure. Giving game is where people get together, think about their values for donations, and make a donation that's sponsored by an external party. In this case, the Life You Can Save, with which we collaborated on the giving game on the conference.
As an interesting side note, would you like to play the giving games is much more effective at getting people to come to the table than, hi, would you like to learn how to be rational? I think it might have something to do with the word game.
Would you like to play a game where you get to give free money, give other people's money to charity?
So people would come up to the table and vote on one of 2 nonprofits and then tell us why they voted. They would sign their name, and then they'd say why they picked this nonprofit. And then we were voting between Give Directly, which is highly endorsed by the Life You Can Save, as well as Give Well. And the other so they do cash transfers to people living in extreme poverty in Uganda and Kenya. And then the other nonprofit was the Mid-Ohio Food Bank, which is a very well-known and successful food bank here in Columbus. And so people would vote for one of them. We had about close to 75 total votes, maybe 74. And about 2/3 of the votes went to Give Directly, and 1/3 of the votes went to the food bank. And so the Life You Can Save will be sending $1 for each vote. And so that was really exciting, and we had some good conversations about how people choose to give to charity. And what we also were doing is that we have, one of the things that Intentional Insights is doing is helping different groups host their own giving games. And so we had a curriculum printed up that, how many did you have, 50 or 80 printed
50.
up? 50 we ran out, so folks from different congregations picked it up, and they will consider having it at their own UU congregation. So that would be very exciting.
Yeah, and the fact that Give Directly was chosen, 2/3 of the time is, I think, a good indication that effective altruist engagement with the UU movement is a good direction to go into. So we'll pursue that further as an organization, as Intentional Insights. And yes, so that was the UUA. And we also talked with some organizations within the UUA who are interested in promoting the giving game to their member constituents, such as the humanist group within the entire Universalist movement. So we'll be pursuing those in the next few weeks. Now, the Secular Student Alliance
Do we want to
Conference.
stop if there are any questions about that one?
I want to talk about the Secular Student Alliance Conference and stuff. So the Secular Student Alliance Conference is coming up in a few days.
Tomorrow.
And Chase is actually here to table at that, and we'll be all here tabling at that. And we'll be doing the giving games again. I'll also be doing a presentation there at the Secular Student Alliance Conference. And hopefully we'll get more people signed up and get the giving game more into the secular movement. That's another of our orientations as an organization. We have a good collaboration with the Secular Student Alliance, and we've created a special giving game package targeted at them, which has been approved by their top-level leadership, who are interested in promoting it to their groups. So this is a good collaboration between us, the Secular Student Alliance, and the Life You Can Save, which sponsors the giving games, which provides the money for giving games. All right, so that's that. Questions about anything?
Nope.
No questions?
No questions.
Okay.
Let's go on to the programming report.
So first, we can talk about our collaborations with different groups and organizations. That was already somewhat covered. Gleb just talked about UU, Unitarian Universalist Association. But in the secular movement, the Secular Student Alliance,
Yeah, we just talked
we
about that.
talked about that. About collaboration with the effective altruism community.
Oh yeah, there's another thing I want to mention is that we just did a Google virtual Google Hangout presentation for the effective altruist community in Netherlands to talk to them about marketing effective altruism more broadly. And that's part of what we do. We provide support for EA organizations that want to improve their ability to market effective altruism well to a broad audience. And so we've been working on that. We're also working with animal charity evaluators. So that's another recent thing that we're doing, working with them to write a blog for them and promote animal charity to a broad audience. And then, of course, the giving game is something we're continuing to work on. We are currently trying to get the giving games. Within the last month, we have come to an agreement with the Foundation Beyond Belief, which is a major secular organization devoted to charitable giving, to host giving game. And that was a collaboration between us, the Life You Can Save, and the Foundation Beyond Belief. And we're also trying to get giving games to secular organizations beyond the pond. So in the UK, in continental Europe, and yeah, we might have to think about the differences between the UK and the continental Europe now that Brexit has passed. So we'll see what happens there. But anyway, so that's the stuff with the effective altruism community. Oh, and forgot to mention, we founded the effective altruism marketing Facebook group, and that's something we're currently actively working on. And Bruce is one of the admins for that group. So that's effective altruism. Questions about the effective altruism, the UU engagement, and any other questions regarding collaborations with other organizations and communities?
No. Actually, are we? How long are we going to stay oriented on the effective altruism community?
I mean, we're keeping oriented, like that's part of our work.
Along with.
Do we have any upcoming collaborations that are not EA oriented?
Well, the secular ones.
Yeah, well, we were going down the list. We talked about effective altruism, UU, secular, and also self-improvement. So we didn't finish going down the list.
Yeah, nothing new with self-improvement. So that's what I didn't talk about. Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Cool.
Okay, next is our blog.
So we aim to publish blogs every Monday or so, and we've been doing that successfully. I think one day we published it on like a Tuesday or something, but yeah, generally we've been pretty successful publishing our blog. We're getting more diverse writers to write for that, so that's good. And we have a lot of blog editors who are helping edit the blog, including Chase here is one of the blog editors. Questions? Sweet.
Videos is next.
Videos. So we've just put out, I mentioned the Google Hangouts with the EA Netherlands. We just put out another video of the Everyday Heroes of Effective Giving with Catherine Lowe. Peter, who is right now on the phone, on the call, has just participated in a video for Everyday Heroes of Effective Giving, which we're currently working on editing. And I think that's it for the last month.
Are we doing that thing where we do, when have we implemented the thing with the video? Do you know what I'm talking
Video with the blog?
about? Yeah, like whenever we do, yeah, how in the supporters meeting it was suggested that
Viral videos.
there be like video, is it video interactions? Yes, video interactions like based on the blog.
Oh, to post blog the videos inside them?
Oh, no, is it about to have a discussion?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
Yes.
that one.
That one. Yes, we have actually a doodle poll in the Facebook group right now to talk about meaning and purpose. So anyone who is interested in having a conversation, well, Google Hangout conversation like it about meaning and purpose, please go and vote on that doodle poll for your preferred timing.
Yeah, and just to fill in on that a little bit, this was an outcome of the InIn Board retreat last month, where people wanted more interaction in real time, and part of that is what we're doing right now in real time as well. And a part of it was that we decided to have some videos, video chats, Google Hangouts to discuss topics related to InIn blogs. So we're going to do one purpose user design, which is content that Gleb's been working on. And so that's a special opportunity for InIn insiders.
Mm-hmm. Yes, only in insiders.
Yeah, this is only InIn insiders at this time, so I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Thank you for raising that question.
No problem.
Other questions? Cool.
Next is publications.
Yes. So we just, this is external publications. We just published an article on the response to the Orlando shooting in the largest newspaper in Arkansas, talking about comparing the political response of Trump and the political response of Obama. So that's one. We have just had a piece accepted in the Plain Dealer, which is the largest newspaper in Ohio, about basically there was this incident where a guy who was wearing Middle Eastern dress here in Columbus, not in Columbus, here in Ohio, was jumped by the police.
He was not jumped, he was aggressively arrested.
He was aggressively arrested by the police, and that was kind of pretty problematic, the way they targeted him for pretty much just being Middle Eastern, having a Middle Eastern clothing. So that's the situation there. And that was accepted, so that's exciting.
So do you want to talk about newsjacking?
Well, yeah, these are part of the intentional insight strategy for newsjacking. When a breaking news story hits, we try to write an article that injects intentional insights, ideas about rational thinking and effective giving into the conversation. So that's newsjacking, and that's what we are doing with those. Now, those are two special articles. We've been also steadily publishing our regular content of intentional insights themed pieces in places like Huffington Post, Psychology Today, and so on, which are not about news checking, taking regular news stories, but which are about the articles we have on effective living, self-improvement, and so on, rational thinking. So that's all been going well. And I think, yeah, so that's what's going on there, and I welcome any questions. Oh, I'm sorry, there's a piece tomorrow that Agnes will share about.
I can share. Oh, I'll move over. The Columbus Dispatch, which is the main paper here in Columbus, Ohio, wrote an article about intentional insights about a year ago in May. And this year, in June, the reporter followed up with us and she wanted to talk to us again and to see where intentional insights is a year later. And so we anticipate that we will publish the story on Friday at dispatch.com. You can see it online, and we'll also pick up a few copies here as well. And so we're very excited to have a good relationship with this reporter. She focuses on religion and values beat, Dispatch. So last year she wrote more about our new offering of Find Your Purpose Using Science. So this year we talked to her about the variety of other areas that we've been covering. House yesterday taking pictures. That was interesting. And so stay tuned. We're very excited, and hopefully it does indeed come out tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Questions?
Nope. No. ¿Por qué no preguntas?
Okay.
No questions.
Then two other things we want to talk about under the other content. We have, first of all, we have a coaching project coming up, which we're naming Informal Coaching.
So this is more about like this is for the insiders. This is not for the outsider.
Yes, this is for the insiders only. Yes, so we are going to provide informal coaching only for people who are either systematic volunteers or donors for intentional insights. And this informal coaching will be led by Alex Weissenfels, who is unable to join us today, but basically he is coordinating this project where people who agree to serve as informal coaches will be paired up with people who want to get coaching, and then they will be able to engage in this sort of interactions, coaching style interactions. Now, the exact details of the project we'll still talking about as a board and with Alex, but that's basically the nature of the project itself, what will happen.
I would like to add one word of warning here. With life coaching, especially within the psychology community, has recently come under criticism for not having properly qualified people.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to me as if that is a really, really good way for mudslinging to happen. All Intentional Insights is giving coaching, but they have to qualify people to do this.
Right. Which is why, that was a concern, which is why we decided to retitle it from actual coaching to informal coaching.
Informal coaching.
Yep.
And also it's just for insiders, so this is not something that will be like on our website that we're offering to people. Like we're offering the meaning and purpose questionnaire that's research-based. We're offering our content. We're offering videos and classes, but this is something just as a perk for volunteers and donors. So we're not going. If someone's not a volunteer or donor in an insider, they're not going to know that this is happening. But because people who are volunteers and donors are so interested in self-improvement and are very knowledgeable about rationality, this is a good thing for us to build community and to cultivate this group.
Okay. Could we further distance ourselves maybe by call it mentoring or something?
That's one of the options.
That was one of the options we had.
People are voting on the name right now.
We had options in the poll, and it seems that informal coaching is what came out ahead. partially because mentoring conveys a privileged relationship, like one has more knowledge than the other, and it's not necessarily the case. Coaching is when someone helps guide someone through a process of thinking and doesn't necessarily have a privileged relationship.
Okay, well, I'm still very worried, but I will follow the herd on this, I guess.
Thank you for following
Thank you
the
for
herd.
registering your concern.
Yes. I appreciate it. Yeah.
I am the voice of pessimism. Hi.
Sure. Thank you for the pessimism. No, seriously, we had other people who expressed concern about the name, which is why we retitled it Informal Coaching.
You're not alone.
I see a tarp. It's a tarp. It's a trap.
A trap. Oh, okay.
Cool. Any questions about that besides the name?
Will that cost anything? It's free, right?
Free for the people who
Okay.
are donors and systematic volunteers.
Okay, cool. I'm done.
Cool.
No más preguntas.
Yeah, I have not really so much a question, but kind of a comment to just kind of echo Serena's concerns. Maybe you've thought about this already, but for anybody who's going to be a coach, maybe they should have a little, say, biography about themselves and expressing what kind of knowledge they have and what kind of certifications they do and do not have. So if somebody's giving advice for, say like in my case, I do a lot of investing and some financial stuff, but I have no formal certificate or really education other than some economics training. And I put that out there, like I'm not a financial planner or anything like that. So just, as kind of an example.
Yeah, I totally hear you. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
To be clear on what you're providing advice on. Like, for example, if you're just willing to provide an external perspective on any problem that someone brings to you, you don't have to have any expertise. You can just listen to someone's problem and say, hey, here's how you can think about this in different ways. But if you're providing specific advice on a specific topic and you're putting yourself out there as providing that advice, you should be able to clearly say where your perspective is coming from.
and experience.
Makes a lot of sense.
I second that. I like that idea. That'll help clear up intentional from being sued in the future whenever we provide advice from people that haven't been certified. Like, nope, we require you to list if you're certified or not.
Mhm.
So I second that.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And maybe even coach the coaches to cite references. Like if they're not certified in some form of psychology or psychiatry advice, they could say, okay, here is what Professor whoever, Kahneman or something would state in this case, and cite some reference like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'd even say that people who are certified can also do that. Yes, sure. I think it's valuable to be able to explain why you're providing the advice that you're providing.
Yep.
Definitely makes sense. Cool. All right. Any other questions? Comments?
Nope.
Nope. All right.
You said there were two. Was
Yep,
there something
the second
else
one.
for other content?
Yep, the second one is there's a group being formed that's going to focus on earned income, and Peter Livingstone is actually leading that group. He's coordinating the group, and this is a group that will focus on creating content and thinking of ways of making financial income from the kind of stuff that Intentional Insights does. I specifically asked Peter to take this on because this is not something that's intuitive to me. I come from an academic background and from a nonprofit background, and kind of not from a corporate background, it's my tendency is to try to make everything as free and available as possible, but I recognize, that's my emotional tendency. I recognize rationally that's not the wisest thing to do in order to make the organization sustainable in the long run.
Money makes the world go round, the world go round, the world go round.
Right. So Peter has generously accepted my request and my invitation to lead this group. So Peter, do you want to say a few words about that?
Well, just before this call, I was checking my email, and I see we have one other potential group member of that. So I was kind of excited to see there's somebody else besides myself.
I'm on the team as well because I have to be.
Well, that's great. That makes 3, and I'm sure we'll pick up some more since we just put the notices out late yesterday. And yeah, I think there's a lot of potential opportunity out there, and I'm kind of new to nonprofits also, so I welcome any any perspectives, any other perspectives I can get.
Cool. Well, does anyone have any thoughts or perspectives they can provide, Pete, on earned revenue?
Books seem to be the most logical option. We already have one.
Books, e-books.
E-books. Some merchandise. Like maybe we could get like any mascot T-shirts or something. I don't know. I'm talking on my ass. Like I can come up here. I can bullshit ideas all day, but I don't know. Like.
Okay. Chase, any thoughts?
Merchandise and books are good. Could also, I remember at one point we talked about like premium content.
Yeah, that's kind of stuff.
You could do something where you like monetize premium content through another platform.
Yeah.
Premium content through another platform is what he just said. I don't know if you can hear him. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Peter, can you hear? Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Sweet. Let's see. I'm curious if anyone here, the meeting besides myself, would like to be a member of the earned revenue team?
If I ever get internet access again, I will join. I don't see that happening.
Good.
But yes, whenever I get internet access.
Cool.
Perhaps be interested. I'd perhaps be interested.
Okay.
Chase might be willing to sign up.
Awesome.
So, I mean, again, is this something you would like to do?
I would like to learn more about what that would entail. But.
Okay. Peter, did you hear that?
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Chase.
Yeah, Chase is interested in learning what it would entail.
Yeah, and I can you can message me on Facebook. Let's see, and I think actually on the Facebook notification on this in the Insider's webpage, I put my personal email on there. So if you want to shoot me an email.
Can you take the next step on that and shoot Chase an email? I think that will be better as you're the project coordinator.
Oh yeah, okay. What's your email address, Chase?
Raycroft16c@gmail.com.
Raycroft16.
I'm going to type it in here.
Yeah, probably better.
Yeah, okay.
My last name.
Your last name?
Roycroft.
And then what?
16.
16.
C.
C.
And then you can either ncssm.edu or
gmail.com.
School. Probably Gmail would be better. Having graduated, they'll be shutting down the email soon. I think.
Oh, did you graduate? Did you graduate this semester?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then I should change my email. Congratulations.
What do you do next?
Well, we can chat about
Start
that
later. I want to know now.
Okay.
Okay, Roycroft16c@gmail.com. Okay. All right. Thanks, Chase.
All right. Great. Are there any other questions or any other comments that anyone wants to make before we finish up?
Yeah, this brings us to the end of the open portion of the board meeting.
Okay.
I'm good.
Peter, as you're the only guest remaining currently, what was your experience? I'm curious.
Of the board meeting, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was just technically, occasionally a little problem with the sound, but I picked up most of what everybody said, and yeah, I thought it was really informative. In a good way, since I can't be there in person, but this is, I think, the next best thing.
Cool. Excellent. Well, thank you very much for joining, and thank you all who chose to tune in and view this board meeting. This was really great, and this was the first experimental open board meeting. So cool. Thank you all.
All right. Well, thanks for allowing me to join.
Bye.
Bye.
Meeting will